Barcelonistas, what a dramatic victory for Real Madrid in an incredible fashion. I can say three things are for sure in life. We all gonna die, we're all going to pay taxes, and Real Madrid is going to beat Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. Look, Atletico Madrid play better than Real Madrid. I said yes, but Real Madrid just keeps finding ways to win. And this is what they do. This is their tournament. This is why they have 15 champions. I don't understand how Real Madrid can get so freaking effing lucky. Historic robbery. Julian Alvarez, I have never seen in my whole life. I'm 38 years old, okay? And the referee counting it as a goal, Julian Alvarez, and then going back and say this is not a penalty because it was a double touch on the ball. It was if it was anything, it had to be a micro touch on that ball. That it doesn't even matter. Let it go, bro. Just let it go. Keep them, let them keep taking penalties, and he see who's better. Julian Alvarez scored that goal fair and square. Let's just give it to him. But no, there's an angel up above, and it's beyond you, and it's beyond me for Real Madrid. And in this instance, it seemed like a magnifying glass, looking and see, and oh look, there's a chance that we can help Madrid. Let's help Madrid. Because what if it nobody sees it and the play just goes on and maybe Madrid just wins again and there's no big deal. And as a Barca fan, it's incredibly frustrating to see Madrid just pulling off these wins like this in a dramatic fashion because they are always on the right end of this. They almost lose. It's like they're almost giving you that inch of saying, "Yeah, I may lose. I'm not playing well. This and that." Vinicius missed a penalty kick. I think we're gonna not having a good night. We may lose it in the PKs. No, the more that game went on, I tweeted it out. If you don't follow me on Twitter, please go follow me on Twitter, Barca Volume. So I said, Atletico Madrid, you gotta go score because this is why all the teams fear Real Madrid, but Real Madrid fears Barcelona. Barcelona knows exactly what to do against Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid needed to get a goal, needed to put a pressure on Real Madrid. But if you leave Real Madrid, they have no problem taking their chances on overtime. They have no problem taking their chances on even penalty kicks. They have a great keeper in Courtois. And they have no problem because they have Vinicius Jr., they have Rodrigo, they have Mbappe, they have Jude Bellingham, and they know the longer the game goes on, somebody's going to score, somebody's going to do something. And now I'm going to show you the Vinicius Jr. Now, Real Madrid wins. Yes, I give you that. If you're a Madrid fan, you gotta be sick and tired of Vinicius Jr., man. Like, the number one problem I thought for Real Madrid is not just they don't have a clear identity. The number one problem for Real Madrid is that they don't have a number one superstar. They have a lot of superstar players, but nobody is taking charge. How can you tell me that the freaking wall that the Simeone put for Atletico Madrid and the freaking wall that was broken by Kylian Mbappe when he finally broke through and made an amazing play against Lenglet, and he Lenglet has no option than just I thought he should have let him go, but he grabs him. It's a clear penalty kick. But Mbappe, the same Mbappe that scored three penalties in the final, as there's no other game more important than a final in a World Cup, and score all three of them. And he leaves it to Vinicius Jr. And Vinicius Jr., what are you doing, bro? You have done nothing all game. You just leave that penalty kick for Mbappe. Mbappe is the one who earned it. He's the one who actually, played better than you, and he can score this penalty in the biggest moments. But no, you want to take the spotlight because you take these games personal. And if I'm a Real Madrid fan, I will be fuming furious asking for Vinicius out of the freaking team. If somebody for Barcelona did that, if Lamine Yamal did that, I would be saying the exact same thing. I would say Lamine Yamal out because you are not above the team. And tonight, Real Madrid won in spite of Vinicius Jr. Tonight, Real Madrid won in spite of you missing a penalty kick because you took it personal. And guess what? Not only that, but after the game, you took it personal and you went and you kept showing the badge. And I'm going to show you the penalty kick right now. We're going to take a look at it. See? He's not. That should have been taken by Kylian Mbappe in the one and only. And this is just nuts to me how Real Madrid just keeps winning in spite of him. And guess what he does after he gets taken out? He can't just engage with fans. You can't just engage because they're doing whatever it is that they're doing. And you think that oh yeah, you're gonna engage with them and you're gonna show them that you won 15 Champions League. And guess what? Let me break something to you, Vinicius Jr. You have not won 15 Champions League. So you wanna call Sergio Ramos, Iker Casillas, you want to call Cristiano Ronaldo and tell them you have 15 Champions League because you didn't win all this Champions League. You won 2 Champions League. So why are you keep showing your badge of 15 Champions League like you've been there since day one, bro? Like, look at that. He's telling them to go home. He's telling them to go home. And now let's get to the part that everybody on Twitter is talking about. I have never seen in my whole entire life watching sports. Can somebody show me a replay where he double taps it? Like, I don't understand. Look, I don't see it. Like he's lead obviously, but I don't see where Julian Alvarez touches it with his left foot before he does with his right. I don't know if he said it yet. I don't know what his answer is to this. He knows better than anyone, but honestly I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen any penalty kick just being eliminated after and the game just goes on and you don't even inform. You just show the graphic on TV and everybody's so confused on Twitter, everybody's so confused on TV, you don't even know what's going on. But here's the thing, the silver lining for Real Madrid after this game is we didn't play particularly well in the first leg. We didn't play particularly well in the second leg. And they still advanced to the next round. Because that is just what Real Madrid does. They're more experienced. They've been there. They've done that. They are so relentless. Then they don't care that they can get to the tougher spots. And the tougher the game gets, the more they believe they are better than you at that. Because they have been there. They have done that. They have been in all these moments. And I think that they are still not playing well. Tonight, I think Atletico Madrid played much better, but they missed in spots. There was one play where Angelito Correa could have given it to Julian Alvarez, and he didn't. And Julian Alvarez took his fair shots. He was a trained tonight. He was very tough. He was taking a lot of shots. And Courtois, Real Madrid has to give Courtois their flowers because they are just keep coming and he keeps saving every single chance. And tonight, if it wasn't for Courtois, I think Atletico Madrid advances to the next round. And the more that game went on, like I said, having him in the penalty shootouts, it's a big deal. And honestly, to me, Real Madrid, it's tough to say it, but it's true. They always win and they always find ways to win. And it just takes the life of me. Why couldn't Real Madrid just win with that pass from Mbappe and gives it to Vinicius, and then their series is 3-1, and then the next, and tonight, Atletico Madrid is fighting for their life and they just can't tie the series, and then Madrid just advances. But no, Madrid always does it in the craziest ways, in the most dramatic ways, and it just keeps pissing me off. When is their luck going to run out? Is God a Madridista? That's what they said in all the Spanish media and all the Spanish channels that I watch, that God is a Madridista, but I don't know, like it just frustrates me so much. You guys have no idea. But anyways, you guys let me know your thoughts. I think Atletico Madrid was absolutely in the wrong end of luck tonight. But hey, you create your own luck. Julian Alvarez could have taken a better shot at that goal, at that penalty kick, and he didn't. Ultimately, and I think in Real Madrid's way, I think they could have done a lot of things better. I do think that let's see if I can pull a foot mob. I think Chouameni had an okay. Asensio is the one of the fastest players I have ever seen. At least CB wise, I think he's so extremely fast. Julian Alvarez couldn't go past him even once, and Julian Alvarez's speed is actually really good. And I think that they have a great player in him, and I can't believe Ancelotti didn't discover this player so much sooner, and then somebody had to get injured. But anyway, another thing I wanted to say is Vinicius and Ancelotti. Ancelotti saves Vinicius' life because Ancelotti knows that Vinicius Jr. misses a penalty kick in the regulation, and he knows that in the penalty shootouts, the kind of criticism he would get if he misses yet again in the penalty shootout, and I think he saved him from that, kind of drama there. And I think that was nobody is talking about that, and I think that was very strategic from Carlo Ancelotti. Rudiger, great game. Valverde, an amazing game. Mendy, Madrid won in spite of Mendy. Okay, let's just put it that way. Against Barcelona or PSG, Real Madrid would lose. Definitely. Chouameni, Modric. Another thing that I don't understand is why is Real Madrid's best player in the first leg in the bench in the 80th minute? Like, I don't understand why Brahim Diaz, the player who broke Atletico Madrid in the first leg, it's in the bench for like 85 minutes, bro. Like, I think he came on. When did he came on? Let's see, Brahim Diaz in the 80th minute. It just, I don't understand. I didn't understand that Lucas Vasquez, although he did play pretty well. I give him that. Camavinga played extremely well. I don't think Brahim Diaz had a good 10 minutes. Fran Garcia came in. I thought Vinicius Jr. had a horrendous game. Mbappe didn't show up. And that's the most dangerous part. Mbappe didn't show up. Bellingham didn't show up. Vinicius didn't show up. And they still advanced. So that's why Madrid is so tough, because in the next series they can play well, and then all these players can connect and score and beat you so many different ways. And that's why you always got to beat Real Madrid by 1 or 2 goals. I would say 2 to 3 goals to knock them out, because if you leave just a little bit, they're always going to come out to the other side, and you're not going to have any idea how they beat your ass. That's what happened to Manchester City. They were winning 2-1, they tied it, and then in overtime they beat a Manchester City team. So this is what they do, man. I am incredibly frustrated. If you're a Barca fan, I'm as frustrated as you are, but it is what it is. Life goes on, and we'll see what happens in the next one. Until next one, and as always, Visca el Barça.